Welcome to this video. We're going to be looking at here the 5 high ticket niches that will make you over £300 or dollars profit per sale in 2025 and beyond. You want to stay through this whole video. I've got some absolute gems in here that are going to be products that you may not have thought of before. This is the key to finding products without the guesswork. So maybe this is you. You're just feeling trapped, not really knowing exactly what to do. Maybe you've tried business before. Maybe you've tried Amazon, eBay, low ticket dropshipping, or arbitrage, many different methods, but you're just sitting there. And as you can see here, the images, maybe you're just in a room by yourself, probably staring at your laptop, maybe watching this video, and you've spent weeks, months, maybe even years just staring at that same screen and not moving the needle. How does that feel? Do you feel good? Probably not. You may feel cheated, right, by the system. And there are many, many, many people out there sharing the newest way to do online e-commerce. But let me tell you something. You do not want to carry on being behind a screen, not getting results. So my promise to you is I'm going to help you change that. And the way that we're going to do that is by avoiding the cycles that you may be in of just trying to test winning products. So maybe you're familiar with what I'm saying here, but you'll see this. We've got Auto DS. And by the way, it's no discredit to these platforms. I just want to say that because they do work, okay? However, they're not potentially as lucrative as the method I have here. And you'll see that as we go through this video. So stay through till the end. I'm going to show you some amazing high ticket products that you won't be able to find on these platforms. So AutoDS, you may be familiar with that. You can log in. It says growth made easy. It gives you a whole load of products that you can try. You can load them on your store. Same here with Oberlo. And obviously, both of those platforms on the left, this one and this one, yes, they can work. People do make money with them. But just remember, you're going to be competing with thousands of other people, maybe hundreds of thousands of other people. Yes, some of the products may be good, but the quality may not, be there. The shipping times may be a lot longer than you hope for. The margins are going to be razor thin. And you've seen my other videos on this channel. Do have a look after this. I go through the numbers. You would rather make £300 rather than £30 per sale, right, of profit. There's also Alibaba, which we have. Again, you can make money on this. If you have the budget to white label, you have the money to actually create your own brand, to bring in your own products, then they can work. These platforms can work. If you have a significant amount of money to invest into Alibaba and in DHgate, then you can actually white label products. That can actually be very, very lucrative, but that isn't dropshipping. I just want to make that clear. Remember, if you are importing products from one of these places, mainly from China or elsewhere, and you are importing them, and you are then white labeling these products, you're basically taking risk. And the risk here is that you are effectively holding stock. Okay, so the method that you can use for these platforms is where you buy in bulk, you white label, you try and create a brand, you go D2C, direct to consumer. You're holding stock, there's risk there. If you don't hold stock, it's going to take a long time to deliver. And I've already spoken about the risks of using these platforms. So maybe you've tried testing winning products. Let's get rid of that mindset for now, okay? And what it leads to is this problem that you may be facing, which is where you have traffic, but no sales. No one wants to see a store like this, where you have no sales, no orders, no conversion rate, but you're sending traffic to it, okay? So my promise to you, and this is a really, really important thing here, is how am I going to help you fix this? Well, this video is going to give you 5 high ticket products that can work right now. They're not saturated. I'm going to show you how we go through the numbers. You could launch a business and start generating sales very, very quickly with these products, okay? And we've spent a lot of time doing the research here. So definitely stay to the end. They get better and better as we go through the video. And I would advise you just continue watching because they ramp up. You can take notes as I go through. So my promise to you here, this is what I get for students that come into our program, okay? So you can see here, this is one student. They launched their business after around 6 to 8 weeks. Within 6 days of ads, they'd made £4,300 of sales. Okay, that's top line revenue, another sale of 2,100. So if you add those both together, that's £6,400 in revenue. And that's at a 30% margin. So I just want you to think about that. That's excellent, right? So if we're looking at that, what is that? Around 1,800, probably more in net profit. And that is from Yes, you put in the work up front. You have to build the business, right? But that's after only 6 days. Are you making 1,800 within 6 days? If you are, fantastic. But remember, this is leveraged. Your time is not connected with the amount of hours that you put into this business. This student now has gone on to do many, many, many more sales. There's another student here. They started and they built the business, had no prior experience. They've had a good number of store sessions, only 202 orders. If you've ran a Shopify business before, you'll know that's not many orders, and they've managed to generate £100,000 at 30%. It's 30,000. Okay. I've got another student here who was DMing me on Instagram and also sending me emails as well, saying, look, at what point do you think my business has reached its potential? I'm going to hit 50,000 in revenue this month, but I wonder if that's the ceiling for the product range. Now, obviously with this, there are limits to certain things, but there was no ceiling because we expanded the business out and offered more complementary products. You can always go higher. So his biggest problem was he was stuck at 50,000 a month. That's £15,000 a month of net profit. How life-changing would that be for you? Another student here, one of the very best students that I have, again, saying £100,000 every 8 weeks. And that is consistent. They're blown away. It was a partner, husband and wife. Enjoy your evening. Take care. Okay. So again, 94,000 in just 8 weeks. This is crazy. These results you can only get from this methodology. So what we're going to do is I'm going to walk through each of these products. Now, take notes, get out your notepad, write all of this down. I'm going to share some real gems here. So let's go to the first product. This is wine coolers and fridges. Okay, so wine coolers and fridges. Now, they're named different, whether you're in the UK or the USA. And what we do is we use these plugins. So we use Keywords Everywhere, and we also use SpyFu. So you can get licenses to these. It doesn't cost you too much. Just go on the entry-level plans. And what we're looking for is we're looking at the volume. This is the number of people searching for that particular keyword every single month. Okay, so what is the nuance here? Well, the nuance is around the language that we are using for that keyword. Okay, so the criteria, if we write down the criteria, the first criteria we're looking for is we're looking for products that have greater than 10,000 searches per month. You can go a little bit lower at 5,000. You can go a bit higher at 15,000. You can go all the way up to 100,000 searches a month, okay? Super high competitive, but there could be profits. On average, 10 to 15,000 is good. And you'll see here that initially, if I'd have just searched wine cooler and I'd been using this criteria, I probably would have dismissed this, right? I think you would agree. I probably would have dismissed this. The reason why is because it only shows 2,900 searches, right? And this is around the language. So what we would do is we would test another version of the word, and you can use, as I said in my previous video, we can use AI to test. So we'll go to ChatGPT, we'll go to Grok, we'll go to Claude, we'll go to all of these platforms, and we'll say, is there a better word or is there a different word for these keywords? That's a real gem because people do get thrown off here. They will search wine cooler and they think, no, it's only got 2,900. I'm going to bin it. I don't want it. However, if you search wine fridge, and we're in the UK market, so remember these numbers are for the UK. This works exactly the same in the US. If you're there and you're watching this, it would say wine fridge for the UK. And that now has 14,800, okay? That is significantly more. It's 6-7 times more search volume, but it's the same product. I just want to make that clear, okay? So that's a real big difference is using AI to test. Make sure you get the criteria. And then here we're looking at the actual finer details of how many searches they're getting. And this is one of 7 criteria that we have in our program. But for now, I'm just going to stay on topic here because this is about the product. So this is an example product. Okay. So this is a Libhair. That's the brand. So we know this is a brand. Okay. And that's going to be key information because we can find that brand and we can find how many websites it's on. They would be our indirect and direct competitors. We can also find the Libhair main websites, wherever the company's based, and we can ask them a very simple question. Where is your distributors? Not to be able to spell here, but where are your distributors? Yeah. So where are your distributors wherever you are? And they will tell you. And then we approach them. Okay. So you can see here the price of this, nearly £5,000. That's £1,500 of profit or more from this particular product. So that's just from one sale. If there are 14,000 people looking and buying every month, if you had 10 sales, you're great. If you had 5 sales, you're great. Maybe even if you had 1 or 2 sales, you've changed your life. You see the power of this. Okay. So here's some of the criteria. So we know that with wine coolers, the RRP, I usually say, and if you've seen my other videos here, we say greater than £500 with a minimum profit of £150 or dollars. You can translate this to dollars per sale. Yeah, so per sale. And the key thing here is an RRP is recommended retail price, or MAP if you're in the US, minimum advertised price, but it's the price the customer pays, right? So the good thing is this meets that criteria. It's £900 to £5,000 plus. So we've got a big tick there. Profit per sale, 300 to 1,500, which is good. Then we have evergreen. So evergreen means, is it seasonal or is it sold all year round? Okay, very simple. Now, I'm not saying that you can't sell seasonal products. I just want to make that clear. Seasonal products can do exceptionally well during those periods of the year, and you can balance out those stores. So let's say in winter, you're selling heating products. In summer, you'd sell cooling products, just to get the idea. Now, although this is a wine cooler, it's indoor and people drink wine all year round, right? So that is about status. It's about lifestyle. That is the audience and the segment of the market that you're looking at. And it is the type of buyer that would be looking at your items, okay? And there are plenty of people who'll be buying and using these products around the world. It's B2C, which means we sell directly to consumers, and business to business, because in this case, we could actually get people approaching us who own restaurants and they want 3 of these for the back of house in their kitchen. We could get interior designers who are kitting out a big block of flats or apartments and they want 1 in each apartment, maybe 20 orders. I had a student last week who sold 10 products for their niche in 1 order. 1 invoice, 10 sales, huge amount of profit, £8,000 to £10,000 of profit in just 1 order. All the work that had to be done was to receive the invoice from the supplier, get the money from the customer, use the customer's money to pay the supplier. So you don't have to buy any products up front, and then take the difference. Add the tracking code, add the tracking information, handle a couple of questions. You can do that on your phone. Sorted. So I hope you can see here, this is the first one. And now we're going to go to the rest. So the second one here, we have smart home systems. Now, some of you may have this already. Maybe you haven't thought about this, but actually crime around the world is always going up. There's a lot of uncertainty, especially in bigger cities, right? And so with that uncertainty, people want security and they do prioritize security. You probably do too, right? On your person, your home, your family, your belongings, right? So people here in the UK, home security cameras, and again, there's a lot of sub niches or related products around this. So the niche here is safety and security. You get the idea. It's sort of security. So here we have the keyword, which is home security camera, 18,100 searches. Very, very nice. Okay. So the product, an example here, and these are taken from Google Shopping, is a Panasonic 4K camera. This is used indoor. You can get outdoor ones as well. And this is £5,700. This is for businesses. Yeah. So again, we have B2B. Businesses will buy from you. They make it out at their shop, wherever, indoors, in apartment blocks and so forth. £5,000, that's nearly £2,000 of net profit from just 1 sale. That can replace many people's salaries, okay? So again, here's the criteria. I'll go through these quickly for you. We've got the RRP done, the profit per sale, 300 to 3,000. Evergreen, which is great, always going to be making sales. It's not trending. So this is the other thing, one of the criteria is, how is it trending? Are we trending up? Are we trending down, or are we just sort of averaging out at nice search demand? And for that, you can use Google Trends. You can just type these same keywords here. You can put those into Google Trends, and there may be other platforms out there, but this has a lot of data. You put it into Google Trends and you work out, are we going up? Are we going down, or are we staying level? And what you want to avoid is trending products. This whole notion of finding, and this really riles me up a little bit, is people saying, let's find a winning product. Because that basically makes an assumption that your product may live and then die, and you've got to find the next winning product. Okay, so with this, we're finding a winning niche, and we're getting products in there that are evergreen, that are going to be around forever. They're always going to win. Yeah. So just change the way you think about that. Now, this is the consumer segment here. Is safety, peace of mind, which makes sense. Again, a lot of people invest in this. And B2C is fine, home, residential. We have a lot of other things like alarm systems, personal alarms, car systems, and also home and business. So this would be your second high ticket niche that you could start right now. The third one, which not many people think about, is luxury vanity units. So what are these? Now, you may have seen these in hotels mainly, or nice apartment buildings, sometimes in people's houses if they're doing a refurb. And this is a vanity unit. So the keyword here is vanity unit. And even higher than last time, we now have 27,100 people looking and buying these units every single month. Imagine how many of these buyers you need. If you had 10 of them, just 10 of them, and you were selling an item like this for £2,000 and you were making, say, 600 of gross profit, so that's your margin, and on ads, let's say we're spending around at a high level here. If we spend 5%, then we're spending about 100, which is what I usually advise, about 5%. We then make a net profit here of £500, which is a nice number. The net profit of 500 is good because it's easy to scale, it's easy to work with. And if you're getting that for each one of these units, imagine if you had 10 of these a month, you're now making £5,000. That can remove you from most 9-to-5s if that's your goal. If you want to go bigger, of course, we just keep increasing those numbers, 10, 100 units and so forth. So the good thing here is the RRPs, £500 to £10,000 plus, which is a tick. Profit per sale, £150 to £3,000 a sale. Some of them even go higher, which is insane. Evergreen, of course, everyone's going to need to use the bathroom, use these units, use these sort of installations within their home. It's a usable surface. Yes, there are really cheap ones, but we're not targeting those people. It's decor and lifestyle. Again, a lot of the brands you work with will be featured in magazines, and we are basically, we're not hijacking, but we are leveraging. The keyword here is we're leveraging. So we are leveraging their promotions, we're leveraging their PR, we're leveraging their audience, all of that. We're leveraging their reach, we're leveraging their reputation. We're basically positioning ourselves as the middleman, middlewoman, middle person in this case to be able to sell really, really reputable brands. And that leverage is fair because you're getting them new customers. You're not hijacking their existing audience. You're getting them new customers and you're building a business on credibility because customers know you offer the very best products in the market. So we need to sort of flick the switch on your thinking that you don't need to be cheap. You don't need to undercut. We never undercut. All our products are always at the RRP. We don't discount, okay? This is mainly B2C. You could expand to business as well. So that is the third one here of luxury vanity units. The fourth one now is getting better. It's getting more interesting is home bars. So home bars, you can see here, like this cabinet from Borchard. This is £4,000, pretty good. If we get 30%, it's 1,200 a sale. If you sold 2 or 3 of those a month, where are you going to be? Again, think about that. So this cabinet, people are going to buy. They're going to put it in their house, put it in their bar, put it in their cafe, put it in hotels, wherever. And again, the RRPs go all the way up to £20,000 plus. So we're now getting into serious money. We're getting £600 to £6,000 a sale. A sale, okay? This is insane. Just 1 or 2 sales. Again, you don't have to work hard. You have to work smart. If you do both together, you work hard and smart, you win. Okay. I hope you can see that. Then this is evergreen. It's lifestyle, entertainment, home bars. People are spending more time at home. They love entertainment and so forth. And it's B2C. You could do B2B if you get the right contacts. So that's home bars. Now, the final one that I'm saving for you is growing exponentially. Exponentially. Now, people say, oh, it's too saturated. No, it's not, because there are more buyers than sellers in this case. So this is saunas. So saunas, you've obviously used them before. You would have used them at the gym, but also people are buying them for their houses now. Ice bath saunas, things like this, and hot tubs too. But saunas is a real trending one, but it's trending upwards. It's not going to drop off. People are very much into their health and wellness, especially after the pandemic. And there's a lot online about how you look after yourself, right? And so 90,500 people a month are looking at buying saunas for their houses, their homes. Now, in the UK, we're at around 68 million people. In the USA, several hundred million. And yes, not everyone is going to be able to afford this. I'm not saying that. Our target market are the people who can buy these products. And at the end of the day, you're getting a huge amount of people, 90,000, who may be able to buy this, who are looking at products that are around £3,000 that they start off the good ones up to £20,000. So here, imagine you get a couple of these sales, £900 comes in on week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. You get one sale a week, just one sale a week. That's 3,600. One sale a week is £3,600. That's crazy, right? That can replace a full-time, really good full-time income. So again, profit per sale, 900 to 6,000. It's evergreen. Some may say it's seasonal. They use less in the summer, but actually I would say it's evergreen. Their health, which is a very, very good niche. People always focus on their health. It's B2C and B2B. You can sell these into gyms, into health and wellness places, in hotels, boutiques, things like that, okay? And one of the questions I get is, well, why wouldn't these places go to the manufacturer? Firstly, many of them don't know how to. They'll just search online for a supplier. Secondly, they'll have to set up a trade account. They'll have to, unless they're doing massive numbers, they won't really bother doing it. If they're buying a couple of units here and there, they may ask for a small 5% discount, but it's just easier to go on a website, easier to fill out a form, an inquiry form. For products that are over £10,000, we usually have an inquiry form. They'll send an inquiry, phone you up. We have systems that deal with all of that. So this is a lifestyle business. You don't need to be on the phone all day and on your emails all day. Don't worry about that. We have systems in place. But there can be buyers who buy multiple units at £3,000 to £5,000 a go. So that is the final one. I hope you've enjoyed seeing that. There's quite a lot here, right? So we've got some real gems. We've got the wine coolers. We've got the smart home security cameras and systems, the luxury vanity units, the home bars, and the saunas. So you may be thinking, well, it's good, Lex, to have all these ideas, to have all these products. Where do we sell them? How does that work? Where do I advertise them? What I'll be clear on is that we don't use the traditional method. We don't put them on Facebook, Instagram. We don't flood people's feeds with these products randomly. We don't just target interests or leave it as a broad audience and hope the algorithm works, okay? So we use Google Shopping, and Google Shopping is where people are searching for the keywords that I've just showed you, and we're then paying Google. We're paying Google only when people click, okay? So when people click, we are then paying Google. So let me give you some numbers here. But what I'll do first is I'll just show you the benefits and I'll give you some numbers as a work through example. So this is Google Shopping. People are searching in here. They're searching on Google. The first listings that come up are always products. You'll see that and you'll be there. The good thing is no content creation. You do not need to put your face on camera. You can be behind the camera. You can be anonymous. You don't need to be, filming content, getting UGC, getting creators. You can do all the influencer stuff, all of that. But if you're the type of person that wants a simple, nice, profitable business, they don't have to be the face of the business. They don't have to go and film content or do any of that. This is great. The second thing is that you're getting high intent buyers, and I'll show you the maths behind this, who are nice people. They have money. They're pretty good most of the time. There's a lot less refunds because they're investing in the products that you sell. They're there for the long term, and they're just nice to deal with, nice to handle, and you need less volume, which is here, which is one sale. One sale, you'll break even. So let me just explain the numbers behind this, okay? So if you've got some notes, you can just write this down now, but let's go through the paid ads numbers. And I'm going to start with Google because Google's obviously the main driver here. So what we'll do is I will break this down for you now. I usually say to my students, you need at least £300. So that is to invest. You need that to invest. I don't say to spend. See the language here. It's to invest. Why? Because we are buying data. We are buying data. We're buying data from the platform. Okay, so stay with me here. So what we're paying to Google is we're paying them around 50 pence. And again, you can convert this to dollars and cents. We're paying them 50p per click. So 50p per click. So every time someone clicks, you're paying Google 50p, okay? So if our daily budget is equal to, say, 15 to 20 pounds, something like that, 15 to 20 pounds a day, then our budget will last 2 weeks, okay? I think we can agree, around 2 weeks. So stay with me here. You can jot this down as I go through. So what happens now? Well, if we've had £300 invested at 50p per click, we multiply those two numbers together and we get 600 people who come to our store. 600 people. We now have 600 people on our store. Yeah, I think you would agree. Now, I wish everyone would buy. In an ideal world, everyone would give you the money, everyone would buy, and we'd make loads and loads and loads of sales, hundreds of £1,000s. However, that doesn't happen. Our conversion rate, so you can write this down, our conversion rate is around 1% to 3%. Now, that seems quite low. I get people say, well, that's really low. It doesn't make sense. It's not worth doing this business. Well, just stay with me here. So from 600 people, let's take somewhere right in the middle and let's take 1.5%. 1.5%, well, 1% is 6, okay? So let's say 1.5% is about 10 sales. 10 sales you've made from just £300. Here's the cool part. Each sale, one sale on average is equal to £1,000. Some maybe 500, some maybe 1,500 or 2,000. On average, one average sale is £1,000 the customer's given you. Okay, so let's do the maths. Times it by 10 is 10,000 in revenue. This is revenue, and you haven't used any of your own money. We've collected the money first. Remember that. We've used that money to pay the supplier from the customer, and they've then sent the goods. You'll keep 30%. So here you're keeping £3,000 of gross profit, okay, before your costs. And then your costs here are now the ads, which was the 300. So the 300 on ads, you can stay with me here and work this out, is £2,700 of net, I'll just zoom here, of net profit. £2,700, okay? So what we've done is we've taken 300 and we've transformed it into £2,700 after around 2 weeks. Does that now start to make sense? Okay. Now, how we do that is we're clever with the ads, and I'll talk about ads in another video. But this just shows you how, if we had just one sale that was £1,000, you would break even. And that break even would completely cover the cost of your ads. So the risk is basically non-existent. It's zero. Because if we can get the ads right, and we can get the right products, and we can get the right system in place, we can then make sure that as long as we only have one sale, we're going to do very well. And many of my students, in fact, all of them, would agree that once they have the right products, they put the system in place correctly, they can scale this very, very quickly because they're not greedy and they'll reinvest the profits back into the system and keep going. Okay. So I hope that shows you how that works. And that's the point here. The final point is that it's scalable. You can imagine now that if you're smart, if you're not greedy, which I'm assuming you're not, you're watching this video, you're doing the right things, you're taking the right steps, you can keep growing this. You just reinvest at 2,700. You keep going up the ad spend now to £500. You get the idea, and it compounds and compounds. So the point here is we use Google, we use all of this. Now, if you're thinking, where do I go from here? What do I do? Well, look, I really appreciate those of you who've actually come here. You've watched this video. We value that. You've stayed all the way to the end. Not many people get this far, to be honest. If you're here and you're watching even this part after, all this time, then you're the type of person that I want to work with. You're the type of person that has got the enthusiasm, the mindset, the energy to actually do this properly. And so what we have here is we do have our website, our platform, and this is firstly, the first point of call is in-depth training. So what you can do is head to dropshipcircle.com. I'll put a link below this video. This is for those of you who are serious, who know this is not going to make you a millionaire in 1 week. You don't want a flashy Lamborghini. You don't want all that stuff. You're a serious person. You want to build a proper business that's got longevity. It builds an asset for your family. Go to the website if you haven't already. Hit the button. Watch the free training there. You just register. You put your details in. We're not going to spam you, nothing like that. It's only to give you value. So you watch that training, then you'll be able to book in a call with me or my team. I've got an amazing team of people. They're not there to sell you. They're there to help you. Come to the call with questions. Ask us as many questions as you like. We enjoy those conversations. And if you're a good fit and you want to move forward, then we have a variety of options for you. Doesn't matter what your budget is. Don't make assumptions about how much you need to join us. We're very flexible. We don't want money to hold you back. And we don't take thousands and thousands of students like other competitors. We're more like a boutique. We keep things personal. You'll get mentored by me and my team, my head coaches, and we will guarantee that you will succeed. If you let us hold your hand, we'll help you choose the right products. We have many, many, many more examples of these types of products in our program. And I don't want you to be this type of person still sitting behind your laptop after you've closed this video, going to bed at night, wondering, could it have been me? Could I have been one of these testimonials? Could I have been on Lex's roster of high achievers? And could I have changed mine and my family's life? Could I have built something of value? Don't live with that regret, right? So the least you could do is go down below, register for the training, watch the training. You can watch it on 2x speed, just blast through it, book a call with us, and see what the next step is. We would love to work with you, and I'd love for you to be one of my next case studies and testimonials. So with that, we're going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. I'm going to be doing many more of these videos. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.